Quick disclaimer, I have not seen anyone else do this, so I'm unaware if someone has already done this. I've seen people talk about how they found the game, and about Sans as a character, but that's about it. For those who came late, Undertale was a game made by the talented Mr. Toby Fox in 2015, hitting it big thanks to charming characters and a compelling idea of a story. Undertale is a game I hold close to my heart. It's an RPG which takes a twist on the idea of monsters are bad and says, what if they're not? So Toby decided to make it where you don't have to kill the monsters. Well, you still can, it's just somewhat frowned upon. Landing into 2016 or so is when people started to flock to this game, and also where YouTube started to somewhat grow, launching the channels made by the likes of Jacksepticeye and many more. The game starts with a cutscene of the past and then cuts to the prompt to name your character. A yellow kid with a striped sweater whose gender is still to this day debatable. You then start your journey up the mountain you seek to leave. You encounter many faces, skeletons, goats, robots. But one thing stays the same, murder or mercy, it's your choice. With fame comes fear, or in this case, fans might be more accurate. The more Undertale rised, the more a certain skeleton started to be favored. Sans, a short-stacked, pun-loving skeleton with a sense of humor. Who is just that? A funny bone man. Yet for some reason fans saw more. They decided to do something. Fans took the game and along with that aforementioned skeleton and made different versions of something they've grown to love. That brings me to the AUs. AU, if you didn't know, is short for Alternate Universe, and is basically a fan-made version of the game we know today. There are many AUs, Underswap, Underfell, TS Swap, Fell Swap. There's way too many to list in one video, and I probably won't make another. All you need to know is they're basically remixes of the original game by fans. Undertale was actually widely recognized for its multiple AUs, but some started to shroud into mystery. Painted plummet. One of the most prominent fan AUs would be the main two, Underswap and Underfell. Underswap being all the characters' personalities and ideas swapped, while Underfell is just the original game but more red and edgy. But what can I say, it was like 2016 or something. Along with AUs came fan animations and fan songs. Some mixing together all of the fan AUs into one single AU, while the fan songs usually being for someone's own fan AU. On the topic of fan songs, here's a little mini tangent about a certain man that comes and goes around the internet. With music comes musicals. So, come to no surprise, there comes a Undertale musical. Made by the talented man on the internet, probably long ago. He made something very interesting, and to this day, the tunes are still catchy, the lyrics are still good, and Undertale with lyrics is still stuck in my head, since day one. Anyways, with that out of the way, I actually didn't have a script for the AU part, so I probably didn't even explain that much of the AUs. But to this day, AUs are and was still a big part of Undertale history. Undertale was a big part of my childhood, because I remember watching people play it when I was in literal kindergarten, so that was fun. And later down the line, a friend introduced me to other games, such as Bendy and the Ink Machine, rest in peace, and Cuphead, and much more. And if I could ever have the chance to go back and change anything about my past, I probably wouldn't. I've liked the games I've seen when I was young. I've wanted to add more, but it seems I've run out of time. Undertale still is a big part of my childhood, and I still look back on it. I guess this is the conclusion. Thank you for watching, if you've made it this far, and I appreciate you being here. This is Sniff, signing out. Goodbye.